Hey, what's up, guys? Listen, sit down. We need to talk about, yes, the Diddy and Cassie mess because more and more information is coming out. Y'all, people are saying that the SA that Cassie accused Diddy of in her complaint was just the beginning. And that the reason Diddy literally paid like Biggie Wade, shut up, let me have my analogies, was honestly because, y'all get in here, because Cassie had real dirt on Diddy. And it didn't have nothing to do with him dog walking her and making her be a part of the white fingernail crew. Y'all, this is deep, but it needs to be said because get this, NDAs can be broken, but only for certain reasons. Hey guys, really quick, Future Tisa here. Listen, I'm going live at 5:30 p.m. Watch this video because it has a lot of stuff, but baby, we are going CSI on this. Got some new information, and plus, oddly enough, all the Dusties are now coming out to disparage Cassie, defend Diddy. I'm talking about Peter Guns, trash, Rich Dollars, trash, Slim Thug, didn't know it, but trash too. And a whole bunch of industry friends are now rallying around Puffy. But what's behind that? We are going to talk about it. We're also going to talk about the Danny Kane lawsuit, what's going on with Aubrey. You get the point. And we'll have a chance to talk. Y'all, meet me at my channel at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time today. Let's do this. Oh, we got so much to talk about. Okay, so I'll see you there. Just remember, finish this video and then meet me on the live. 5:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Bye. And that's if, right? That's if somebody is committing a crime. Somebody cannot make you sign an NDA to be like, whoop, I know what you did last summer. You cannot file an NDA on that. It will be invalidated. But Puffy didn't have any criminal charges on him. Okay. Puffy also signed with the settled super, super quickly. This is unheard of. And the thing is, when you talk to legal experts, they bring up a couple of interesting points that we need to actually talk about. Okay. Why did he actually settle so quickly? If it wasn't because of NDA, because again, I started thinking about it, talking to a bunch of lawyers, and I was like, wait, this cannot, and just hear me out. This cannot be because of the SA and the R allegations. Now, we do know that New York City temporarily lifted the statute of limitations for SA, for DV, for all this other stuff. But get this, Cassie accused Diddy of graping her. If you look at the New York statute of limitations, there is no limitation for grape. You can come like whenever you want. There is no limitation for when you can report grape. Okay. So it's kind of like, okay, maybe the statute of limitations made her bold, but what did he settle? Because look at this, take a step back from all the salaciousness, all the speculation, all this. Let's actually talk some real facts, or at least logic, okay? What do we know in America? Whenever anybody accuses anybody of R or SA, right? The powerful prevail. The powerful usually prevail. If not, they drag the person that doesn't have the money through HE double hockey sticks, right? Think about it. In this case, did actually had the upper hand. I know what you're saying about, but public opinion. But baby, you know me. I have an opinion page. Public opinion, like it is what it is. Public opinion rarely steps into court. It really does. If that was the case, Breonna Taylor, Shanquella Robinson, so many cases would have been decided differently. So many investigations would have been happening differently. Okay. If public opinion really played that big a deal. Public opinion when it was R. Kelly or whoever else. You get what I'm saying, right? So let's look at this from logic. Puffy is a billionaire. Cassie is married to a very loving celebrity personal trainer. Now, I'm not saying Alex is a bum because he is clearly not. He makes a nice coin, but it's nowhere near billionaire level. On top of that, Puffy has proven himself to be powerful. He has proven himself to have contacts in the police department. For God's sakes, he kaboomed Kid Cudi's car because he found text messages with Cassie. That's what she's alleging in her complaint, right? That's what Cassie is alleging in her complaint. Nothing at all happened to Puffy. Not one thing happened to him. He held Wale. Nothing happened to him. Puffy has the upper hand, right? Not only that, even though she did accuse him of grape and SA, do you know how hard that is to prove in a court of law? Especially when you have been in a 10-year relationship. Google grape laws, and you will see that a lot of states even believe that a husband or a boyfriend can't, or a wife or a girlfriend can't grape their partner. It is very, very hard to prove in a relationship that you were SA'd, especially if you kept coming back to the person. Puffy got lawyers, he got money, he got access. Allegedly, he got connections, right? What is that? Got a few dollars that could beat the case, right? Again, he had that. Not only that, he had the money to mobilize. I'm going somewhere with this, but I want to stack the evidence and see what you guys see. He had money to mobilize, right? The whole Amber Heard, Johnny Depp, he could mobilize the incel community. He could mobilize public relations media. They could pull up everything he ever did. They could get some of the people from the mail, the mail blank worker catalog that Cassie was leafing through. They could get people and be like, yo, no, she loved white fingernails. She told me, you better shut your mouth because you ain't breaking up the white fingernail crew, right? That's my new thing for Puffy's girls, right? The white fingernail crew. Listen, if anybody is going around Puffy and you are a woman and you're not, I don't care if you just got a fresh set of white tips, you better put some gold to Dwayne Reed or Walmart or whatever, right? And get a pair of Kiss press-on nails. You better do what you need to do. Yo, it's over for white nails. Anyway, right? You also need to realize, okay, that Cassie did a civil case. I know Jason Lee tried to be like, if it was me, I wouldn't stop at anything to make sure Jason, shut up and just say you want to be on Puffy's payroll for real, right? You ain't slick. God. But she also filed a civil suit. Now, there are rumors that she made a criminal complaint. Why do we think this is true? Because I talked to a lot of lawyers, and when you are going after somebody for civil money, right? The one thing, if you are making all these claims, the one thing that the jury or the judge is like, well, if it was that bad, did you ever report it? Did you make a complaint? Or are you just trying to get money, right? So even whether it's been proven or not, when you make a civil complaint of this nature, and he is making blank trafficking ring around the rosy. It was going hard in New York, in California, and in federal. They were saying a multi-state ring that even Sony Records and 10 other corporations, 15 other corporations were down on, right? Of course, it would make sense. And this lawyer is one of the best lawyers in the business. Not only that, Puffy lawyered up with a criminal lawyer, right? So what they did was, of course, they went and made a complaint to the police, even if the police don't investigate it, even if it's not picked up by the district attorney's office, even if the feds don't actually open their own investigation, you want it their own record. It's almost like when you make a report to your car gets damaged and you tell the insurance, yo, my car got damaged in a car accident. I need you to fix this. The first thing the insurance will ask you is, did you file a police report? Whether or not it's shown that you were responsible, they just want to know that you think it's so official that you actually got the authorities involved, okay? It's a legal maneuver. So it would be assumed that Cassie actually filed a complaint. And you know, when the police, they do what they want with it. You don't know if criminal charges are going to come, but it was a civil case. Now, in charge of Cassie actually being a civil case, I'll talk about that in another video, right? But, right, Cassie also in that, and this is the most important thing, Puffy had the power. He had the money. He could have literally launched a PR campaign like you've never seen. I know it was settled in 24 hours. That's because I don't think Puffy expected the blogs to pick it up so quick. But if you think that PR campaigns can't go to the blogs and start pushing back, I don't know where you've been. You remember Harvey Weinstein. When all the accusations came out, everybody was just like, oh my God. Then his PR people started doing these mass campaigns of bots, of trolls, of pushbacks, of articles, private eyes digging up dirty things about his victims to make the victims look bad and make us be like, wait a second, were you doing this just for your career? We know how the Hollywood game is played. As a matter of fact, Harvey Weinstein and the court of public opinion had his accusers on the ropes. It was only that when it came to the criminal court, I'm going somewhere with this. When it came for the criminal court, everything all fell down like it was a Kanye West song. So why is this important with the NDA and what was going on, right? Because everybody forgets that Cassie was being very shrewd. An attorney would be shrewd. When you come out and you're dealing with a high-level client, okay? And the person you're accusing is high level. The number one thing you want to do is you don't want to give your whole hand. Because if you give your whole hand, their attorney, which by the way, Puffy hired a criminal attorney to represent him. It's important that it's a criminal attorney. When you show your whole hand, it's stupid because where else are you going to move from? How else are you going to negotiate? What is next? You just showed me your whole hand. Now I can make all these moves. You show enough to give them a taste of what they could have. But in the private negotiations, and by the way, negotiations, right? Negotiations are confidential. It's in the law. Whatever we negotiate in it, you can't bring it up in court. It can't leak in the media. It's confidential. Why? When you've had negotiations, all of a sudden, after she released that information, you crumbled, especially considering you have the money to drag her through court for years. These cases do not settle quickly. Puffy could keep Cassie in court until her children are in college. But Cassie don't have the money for a long, protracted court thing. Many people do not. That's how corporations are built. So what changed? What changed? I'll tell you what changed. That TMZ article. Remember when at the TMZ, and again, TMZ can get paid off. Lawyers plant articles in TMZ all the time to get things going, right? Remember when that TMZ article dropped and they said that there was a secret locked file of Diddy? And do you remember the wording that they actually used? Okay, I got the case back, right? They said that Diddy is the subject of a secret NYPD investigation. And although it's unclear if his ex Cassie made the criminal complaint, there is strong evidence it involves an essay. Okay. Now, as they go on down, they say that essay is a part of the complaint, criminal complaint, but there's other things that they are secretly investigating and it's a locked file. Okay. Prior to this, Puffy was like, and we category deny everything. Matter of fact, she was trying to blackmail me, blah, 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 right? After that drop, TMZ, about what time did they drop this? About 2 hours later. So Puffy's team saw it, said that the information its spokesperson provided said that it was incorrect. Apparently, there is no criminal complaint. There is no locked file. But as soon as that story dropped, everything changed. And within less than 24 hours, within 12 hours of the story going public and Cassie stuff being on the thing, Puffy settled. And he settled for an amount that people are saying bigger than Cassie. First of all, Cassie wasn't asking for 30 million. Puffy put that number out there. But you all know how it is. Once I got you on the ropes, baby, the price just went up. Legal experts said the people that she had involved into it, she was looking at, if successful, north of $1 million. Now, listen, who knows how much she settled for, but we all know that, baby, Cassie just secured that generational wealth. So you guys, what changed? Why didn't he fight it out? Why didn't he do? Diddy has lawsuits from lots of people accusing him of crazy stuff. So why didn't he? Because the criminal aspect. People are saying, here's the thing. We've been looking at it all wrong. Yes, the essay happened. Yes, the grape happened, according to Cassie, but it's super hard to prove. And Diddy got money to bury her. What would scare Diddy so much that as soon as he hears that the NYPD is opening a criminal investigation, that a secret file that may involve criminal things, including but not limited to essay, because essay in a relationship is hard to prove. So what's going on? Remember in the complaint, she said she remembers Diddy getting scared. No, Diddy getting a phone call, grabbing the gat and running out because Suge Knight was somewhere. Remember? Remember when she said she was in the house crying? She never told us the end of that story. Cassie has been with Diddy for 10 years. She has seen him at his worst. Diddy has been long rumored to have his hand into things that they shouldn't be. People are saying, why did he settle? Right? Because at the end of the day, the reputation, it was 24 hours out. Cassie had already put the accusations out. His reputation was already messed up. There was already blood in the water. Aubrey O'Day, Danity Kane, all these people are now thinking about suing him. And now that they know that he will pay money, blood is in the water. Like 50 said, the sharks are coming in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So why now? After the worst thing that could happen and SA claims happened, she released it. Victims are now coming to speak out. People are pulling up the receipts because you guys, Puffy settled because Cassie is on some I know what you did last summer mess. Again, the speculation. But I'm just letting you know my reasoning when I'm like, yo, could this be true or not? That Cassie is on some I know what you did last summer. Cassie and her attorney were letting them know, baby, we also know, forget about SA and Grape, because depending on who you are, people don't take that seriously. Do you think it takes seriously if there's people missing? If there's poison involved? What about that? I don't know. What about? Lots of people around Puffy always pass away. People have joked that Puffy got the angel of death energy. But we do know that whatever her accusations are, discovery would have to be opened up. And if discovery would have to be opened up, that's when the other side has access to your phone records, text messages, security cameras, talking to people, like your whole life is ripped apart. That it wasn't the SA or Grape, because that could be argued that Puffy, and I'm being real, even though it sounds crazy to us, Puffy could be like, we were just into that. I thought she was into sadism. I thought this, I thought that. It sounds stupid, but people said, did not Harvey Weinstein with his Shrek looking like 30-day cheese sandwich, old looking self be like, it was consensual. They wanted this mess. And you're like, Harvey, you look like you smell like a 3-year-old cheesesteak with some Funyuns on the side, right? He was afraid that discovery would open up to other crimes, real crimes. And when I say real crimes, I mean criminal, that it's just like that he doesn't want things being connected to. Real crimes. You know that Puffy, the Biggie stuff, the Tupac stuff, isn't that there? Puffy has done so much. He was blowing up people's cars in their driveway. You really think that he didn't really do something? People were afraid of him. People went missing. Again, it could all be rumors. But why, after the worst case scenario actually happened, why did he just roll over quick? Like, he's still being dragged. People are still coming out. It ain't stopped that thing. Why? What did Cassie know? What did Cassie actually tell him and be like, baby, you want to play that game? Let's play that game. Let's just say that $30 million estimate is true. And again, legal experts said, no, it was way high. But let's just say Cassie actually got that 30 million. Let's just say Cassie got 20 million, right? For the people to be like, she ain't get 30 million. That's too much. Let's just say Cassie got 20 million. Why would Puffy, who has power, influence, pull, he's a billionaire. She already released her documents. So his reputation has been destroyed. Now all the victims know they can just come sue and get that money. Like 50 said, blood is in the water. So why that quick? Do you know how much assets he had to liquidate to be able to even come up to that in 24 hours? Why would he do that? Do you know how much money it is for a single person out of their own thing for 20 million? And get this, even with the settlement, right? Even with the settlement, Cassie didn't quietly withdraw. She didn't say, oh, I know he's a good person. No, Puffy can't say nothing about her. And all he could say is, I wish Cassie and her family love. After you just gave 20 million, after someone just destroyed your reputation, after you've been losing, Naomi Campbell and a few other people removed his pictures off of their Instagram. So why wouldn't you fight this? It would be in. And again, don't be like, oh, no, that's why people don't like reporting Grape and SA. Because even if you have video proof, people are still going to be like, but what'd she do? What'd she do? I don't know. Was she into it? Look what happened with Keke Palmer. Yeah, the whole world came out and started talking. But if Puffy had let that ride, in another day, his PR team would have taken over and we would have heard all this mess about Cassie. Y'all see it played out. And you offer that off the rip, soon as you hear the plea, criminal, and you offer that off the rip? No. What was he into? Was it RICO criminal? Because even if you believe the reports that I believe are too low, that it's 30 million to 20, that's still an insane amount of money. But he jumped into action after that TMZ story. After they let it leak, baby, we talking about, and no, we ain't talking about essay, we talking about real criminal stuff. All of a sudden, things changed. All of a sudden, things changed. Y'all, you can say what you want. I'm beginning to think the reason he settled with Cassie so quick was not just because of the grape and the essay. He got a few dollars. He can beat the case. It was because she's been with that man for 10 years. She actually literally may have known literally where the bodies were buried. Y'all, listen, let me know what you think in the comments. But to me, this is what makes sense. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'll talk to y'all later. And yes, this is going to be a heavy upload day. Listen, it's the Lord's day. We're doing racks on racks on racks. Listen, it's the Lord's day. And I know we're supposed to be resting, but hallelujah. Puffy looks like he is finally going to be held accountable. So we need to honor the world. Lord, you know what they say, while the sun is shining, we making hay. All right, y'all. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.